everyone, Travis here, and welcome back to another Europe Park episode here on SimFox. In today's episode, as usual, we will be picking up from where we left off last time, and that is over here in the Netherlands area of the park. I mentioned last time that I wanted to build some sort of castle facade on the side of this cliff, you know, something reminiscent of like an Etzeren type building, but unfortunately, because of the shape of the coaster itself, I was very limited on the number of tiles that I could work with adjacent to the cliff face. And I also decided to use this odd custom castle set that Charjallz added, since we don't really have anything else. But it's kind of a little bit cartoony in the way that it looks, especially compared to the, you know, realistic looking buildings that are right next to it. I do think it turns out alright. I'm not like 100% satisfied with how it turned out, but I needed to get this area done today. And after putting in all the work that I did to put this little castle facade on the side of the cliff, I didn't want to go back and start over. So it suffices for what I need it to do, and then I fill in and around the area of the coaster with some shrubbery and trees and what have you to finish off the area. And then do a little bit of working on like adding benches and those kinds of things. I believe I may have done that stuff off camera. And I also go over to the German area later on in the episode, and as I mentioned a couple of episodes ago, I wanted to connect the castle on the hill to the stuff behind it, which isn't technically part of the German section as of right now, but it will be, you know, in the final cut of everything, and that's why I needed to go through that castle. It's also kind of cool, the guests, like from a guest experience perspective, for the guests to be able to go through that castle and drop down into another section of the themed area where there are more rides and attractions, and then you're up on the hill as opposed to being down in the valley. And, you know, creates kind of some texture and layers in the actual themed area itself. As I mentioned in several episodes ago, I keep saying as I mentioned, a lot of this is really review stuff, but as I said before, the planning of this park was not good. We actually didn't have a plan to begin with, other than let's make it Europe themed and we'll, you know, do whatever, you know, see whatever pops up. The problem with that is when we started doing dedicated countries, which was actually my doing initially, with the German area, it was too late to be strategic and organized about it, so now it's very, like, clunky in the way that the areas sort of fit together. And also we probably, we weren't able to add as many countries as we probably would have wanted to, or at least, you know, used a variety of countries from Europe that would be a better representation of the continent as a whole. You know, of course we have all of the mainstream European countries like, you know, Germany and the Netherlands and France and Italy and all of those, you know, but especially it was mentioned a couple of episodes ago in the comments, we sort of skipped out on some of the Nordic countries. I think we did add Sweden. Charjallz is working on a Sweden section. And I believe there might be one more that we're going to sort of, like an area that already more or less exists but doesn't have an identity yet, that we're going to maybe work into another Nordic country with a little bit of a retheme. And yeah, that's it. And, you know, we will make this park available for download at the end, and you can go in and explore and see, like, while, you know, a lot of the stuff does look really good, I mean, it does, especially since we started out, you know, NCSO. A lot of the early architecture is very, very, like, interestingly, like, designed and innovative, and then we started adding custom pieces as we went along and got a little bit lazier in that regard. But the building quality is still good in the later, you know, episodes. It's just, I personally have sort of a sweet spot for NCSO parks that, you know, look realistic. But you'll see that it really is kind of a semi-organized chaos in a lot of ways. I think from a perspective of doing this type of collaboration, I learned a lot with this series. We started this, I believe, over 2 years ago, you know, with me and Henk and Etzeren and Charjallz. And, you know, schedules and different in real life sort of stuff came up along the way for all of us at certain points. And so, in the end, it you know, it didn't work out the way that we had planned. You know, we wanted to have regular episodes like every other week or something to that effect, and it was supposed to be really like this quick series that has now lasted over 2 years. And it's the same thing with seasons. If you have been following seasons, you'll know that we actually thought that we would be smart and plan ahead more in that one. You know, we had like 4 or 5 episodes ready to go before we even launched the series. And it still ended up not working out the way we wanted it to. And so I don't know what exactly is to come of that series. I know it is still ongoing. Anxious J, I believe, has it right now, and then Coaster Guy is going to work on it this weekend, from what I understand, and then after that, I think Charjallz is going to take another episode, and then maybe I'll jump in at some point and do something with that as well. I've been feeling a little uninspired with that park, so we'll see how it goes. One more thing is that I released a bit of a trailer yesterday about a new series that's going to be coming up in March that I will be doing with Wantera. He's another YouTuber. I know him really well through Discord, and the link to that will be in the description, as well as the link to his channel, so you can go check out his other couple of series that he has going on. Of course, I will still be working on all of my other projects and stuff that have been ongoing for a while now, and the Mega Park will still remain my main series for now. But the whole reason why I'm mentioning these other projects and getting ready to start a couple of new ones, I'm also going to be finishing Borderland and starting a new Planet Coaster series as well, is because I am trying to be more active on YouTube this year. Like 2019, I guess, is sort of a resolution. I want to dedicate some extra time to my YouTube channel. I would love to finish the year with like 2,500 subscribers or more, which would be awesome. And my goal for the year is 50 videos, and this is already, I believe, my 3rd for the year, so I'm kind of caught up as of now, since I was a little bit behind in the earlier part of January. And while I don't want to keep any sort of schedule necessarily, on average I'm planning to post 1 video a week. So it might be like 2 in 1 week, and then I skip a week, and then I'm back at it again the week after that, sort of thing. But 50 videos is the goal. I have it marked in my calendar. I'm one of those old school people that still use a paper calendar, so there's that. I'm sorry I didn't narrate the video very well today. It was more just like making announcements and what have you. But I just wanted to make sure you all were in the loop with what's going on. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what you see. Subscribe if you haven't already. Drop me a line down below. I love to hear from you about what's going on in your life, any thoughts you have relating to the channel or anything else. But with that said, y'all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, night, etc., wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all next time.